Good evening, friends and listeners, and welcome to the Nerdgasm podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. He is the Eggman, Switch Rigs. They are the Eggmen, Dress Blacks, and 12-sided guy. I am the Walrus, Cuckoo Cachoo. Merlin is out this week because he forgot how clocks work.
All
So you
clocks.
just get us this week. So welcome back to Switch. We missed you. I guess you didn't really go anywhere.
Not really. I'm watching you guys from afar.
You were the voyeur in the back the entire time.
Exactly.
Switch to voyeur.
Any chibi form.
Yeah. I don't like the word voyeur, but I am one. I know it. I don't know.
I don't
It just
love
rubs
the
me the
word
wrong way.
either, but I do like to watch. I like to be involved too, but I do like to watch. So I think I might be in charge this week, which is a little bit terrifying. For all the shit I give Merlin, he does kind of hold things together and at least sort of kind of help us wobble drunkenly in one specific direction. So this week we are doing it without him. I think this might actually be the first podcast he's missed. Is that correct?
I think he missed one other one in season somewhere.
Somewhere. At any rate, it doesn't happen very often, clearly. He's the one that tends to just kind of power through and do things even when the rest of us aren't here. So we'll give him a much needed break this week and he'll just have to like wobble through our audio and be like, what the fuck did they do?
Does this mean no Geeky Wiki?
No. Unless someone else wants to do it.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it, but I will wobble us through the geeky wiki in honor of Merlin. I almost said in memory of Merlin. He didn't die. He's just
Steve, run
out having a social life.
Steve, run Geeky Wiki, do it Moose style, and just be like, and that's how it's done.
Some
Bam, we'll do it.
Yep. Some Pokemon side-beamed him. He's out for the count. Playing too much Pokemon.
He's somewhere like screaming at Pokemon Go or not Pokemon Go. The fuck's he
Pokemon
playing?
Scarlet and
Nice.
Violet.
Okay, so
Maybe.
I have to admit, I did not jump on the Scarlet Violet train. So our I know Switch, you're on the Scarlet Violet train. Are you Scarlet or Violet?
I had to choose Scarlet because Bunny had to have the purple version. So yes, she
So-
wanted Professor Daddy as well.
Sir Daddy. Who did you go with as your starter?
I went with Sprigatino, the kitty.
All I keep saying on TikTok is Fuecoco, how do you say it?
Fuecoco.
And they're like, look at him, just
Oh, derp.
behind the eyes. He's
Yep.
just so derp. I love him so much. Like it's a hoot.
Yeah, I guess Quaxley is considered the gay duck as well, because
I'm sorry. Wait a second. His name is Quaxley.
Quaxley. Yes.
Does he wear a little? I feel like he should have a bow tie. Does he have on a bow tie?
He does not have a bow tie, but he's got a great pompadour going on for a head.
Oh my god! I need Quaxley up on the screen right now. I'm
Yeah.
asking you as the man in the tower to give us a Quaxley on the screen right now.
I will.
So
We'll put it in. Yeah, we'll put it in 12's hands as you just put them up. So yeah, we will. Yep. We will put some Quaxleys in there. But I chose Sprigatino because I like the Leaf starters mostly, and I'm enjoying the new Pokemon. Some of them are weird. Like one's a V8 engine. I was very confused by this one.
A V8 engine?
Yeah, its name is Varoom.
Varoom?
Varoom.
Okay. I thought that was stupid till you told me his name was Varoom, and now I'm here for it. Like that's the best.
Yeah. But you get your oh, why can't I think of its name now? Because mine's name's Snack. LeChonk right off the bat.
Lechonk, the pig. He's a pig, right?
Yeah, he's a cute little brownish blackish pig. Yeah.
I'll be
I've been
honest.
loving
I'm
it.
trying to find a list of holidays so I can do right by Merlin, and I just can't. I can't. Here we go. I got it. We're good. We'll get it. I'll get there, guys. It'll be fine.
I feel a little bad. Most of my knowledge of the new Pokemon stems from videos where people analyze how they would eat said Pokemon.
Oh, horrible. Bad boy.
Okay, but Fido, for sure, he's
Listen,
adorable, but I bet
Oh,
he's
yeah.
tasty.
TikTok just decides.
Yeah, he turns into a
I
croissant
enjoy
of some
eating
sort.
Pokemon, I guess.
Or no, he turns into a Danish when he evolves. I can't think of his
Just
exact
goddamn
name.
right again.
They're
He's
just
all
kicking
cooked.
the shit out of
I mean, listen, some jam and peanut butter on Fido. Come on.
I'm also trying to catch all the deerlings. There's one, they're little deers that are all, for each season they have a different color.
Aww. See, I like that they do cute shit. I just,
Mhm.
I just, I
But then
don't
they make an
know. I
ice
don't
cream
know.
cone.
Pokemon in Go have little outfits now. Got Pikachu in a top hat.
Oh, Pikachu's have hats in so many different games. But yeah, Pokemon Go, he definitely has like, I have like the Christmas one, and I know I have like the Ash hat one. Pokemon.
Okay. I have half of something prepared for later. I'm gonna fuck it all up, but
Yay!
it's okay. So, Pokemon aside, we said we were gonna we're gonna have a little fun this week, and I thought it would be fun to play a quick game. You can make the sad face all you want. I'm still gonna do it because since Merlin's not here, I'm your daddy now. Here we go.
Oh.
You can giggle at me. You're the only one in this that I'm is close enough that I could swatch you. I'm not saying I wouldn't get hit back for it later, but at any rate, I thought it would be fun to play a quick game of Never Have I Ever. Just to see. I feel like we're fairly well matched. Fairly well. Maybe you three more so than me, but I feel like I've covered a lot of ground in the last year. I think like let's just not make anybody confess to any crimes and we should be fine, right? Or like no felonies, okay? Keep it misdemeanors, all right?
Okay.
So do we want to do 5? Everybody gets 5 or everybody gets 10?
Let's go. Since it's gonna be quick, let's go 5. I say.
Let's go 5.
Yep,
So
just
everybody
5.
gets their 5 chances. Does somebody want to start? Does somebody have a particularly good one?
Your game, you start.
My game, I start. Okay.
Youngest goes first.
That
Still
is
you.
me. That is still me. I just turned 34. I've been 34 for like 2 whole weeks now. Um, I kind of thought it would feel different. It doesn't. It's just kind of like another year. Um,
Give
sorry
it
for the
2 more
new
years.
penny on the tracks there. Never have I ever. Hmm. I'll be honest, everything just completely cleared out of my head. So now I'm trying to think of something that's not like completely cheating. Oh,
Why I don't like this game is I'm always right there with you. I'm like, what does one ask?
What
sorry. I
what
had some.
haven't you? That's
Yeah,
the
you
hard
have to
part.
say that's the thing is you have to say something you haven't done and never have I ever been hungover.
Was I considered hungover? Yeah.
Does it
Yeah.
count if you're still drunk when you wake up the next day?
Someone woke
I'm
me up in
pretty
the
sure
middle
that
of the
still
night
counts.
to give me Gatorade, just because they're like,
Well,
you're
because
hungover.
I didn't have the rest of the effects, right? So like,
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure
just
if you're still drunk the next morning that counts.
Yeah, I got drunk the night that I got fired from Teletech the first time.
The first time.
Yep, they had a winter. Someone had a winter hotel room, get together, and they were like, we
Oh yeah.
have this, and then we have the special drink that we make. And I was like, all right, give me the special drink. Let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Woke me up at 4 in the morning. Here's some Gatorade. Huh? So you can get out of here at 12. I'm like, oh,
Drink.
yeah, drink, essentially.
Shut up and drink.
All right, so since I'm next in the rotation on the screen, at least on my end.
Okay.
Uh, never have I ever skydived.
I don't know
No?
that any of
Oh,
Oh, 12!
how was it?
So these days, if you were to skydive, you'd go through like way more classes. Back then, they'd throw you because they did. It was a combination scuba skydive thing. You'd parachute into like a lake, and then you get to scuba around. It was fantastic.
That sounds awesome.
But it was just like, here's 2 hours in a pool, and then you get to jump out of an airplane. Is basically.
That sounds fun.
That seems super neat. So that puts 12 up next, right?
God, this is because it's like, what haven't I done?
I think it's something you haven't done that you think you have.
Well, that's because like streaking, for example, is like, wait, no, I've done that. That's a felony. Jeez.
That's a felony. I would appreciate not
Well,
having to admit to any felonies.
Well, there you go.
As long as it's 2 years out, you know.
Oh God, I've never.
Statute of limitations is more than 2 years, isn't it? I feel like what we're learning here is that 12 has left very few candles unburnt.
Yes. Well,
I lost you.
That's the thing.
There you are.
We don't know what
burned
that
down
thing
my
was,
own
though.
house.
You've never burned down your own house.
Listen, I'm struggling to come up with something I haven't done. Come on. Just let me know.
I don't think any of the rest of us have also burned down our own houses. So
Well,
good
I
job.
didn't
Well,
do
then
it.
there you go.
That
Had a
doesn't count
house
because you
fire.
didn't do it.
I'll give it to him. Let him have the one while so he gets another rotation to figure out the next something else.
Yes.
So that is. I mean, he can play it. He doesn't. Nobody loses a point.
Mhm.
Because
Happens.
Dressflex did not burn the house down. Toast did. Skin toast.
My younger
Look,
sibling in my case.
to the kiddos' credit, I think you told me the story as one of them put the fire out, but it reignited. Correct?
It reignited when they tossed the embers of the piece of toast into the trash can. And once it hit the trash can, it just went up.
What?
There was no stopping. So they got the hell out of the house and let the neighbors know what was going on.
How old was
They
Toast?
did all the right things.
Yeah.
How old was Toast? No. I'm not calling the kid Toast. I'm literally saying that the toast is what caught the house on fire. It was
Okay.
Floof.
Okay. Well.
I'm not gonna start calling her Toast.
Well, you called her bread before that, so you know. You would call her bread.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
How old were they when that happened?
See, that would have been 07 or 17. I mean, so
I
they
was
would have
just
been
going to college.
8.
Okay, that makes a logical sense for an 8-year-old.
For 8
Throw it
and
in the
like
trash.
14, 15. Like they
8 and 13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty logical for those ages to throw it in the trash can.
All right. Switch.
Which what?
Oh no, you went.
Yeah.
Just Flex.
Never have I ever traveled outside of North America.
Yeah, no.
Is Mexico North
For-
America
for-
or is it Central America?
For our Canadian friend, it would
Central
be never
America,
ever
only
left Canada.
You've
Okay.
been to Mexico though, so that doesn't count. So Mexico doesn't count.
Mexico's North America.
North
Okay, great,
America
then I'm still good.
is the physical North and South, not
I'm
just the
still
United
good.
States.
12 is
Where'd you go,
getting
12?
butt fucked here.
There's a reason I hate this.
Where did you go, 12?
Oh, I've been all over Japan, Egypt. Well, Costa Rica still is technically the States, but it's I've been all over the place.
Okay.
I'm winning. I did not specifically design this game so that I would win, just so you know. I think oddly enough
Just haven't done shit.
I haven't done shit. Yeah.
Oh, I got one. Got one that's gonna get her.
Never have I ever The weird thing is I'm still having trouble thinking of things that I haven't done that I think you guys would do, short of being like, never have I ever had a penis. 'Cause
Put it in
that's
you.
cheating. I mean, I didn't say put in me.
Whatever
I
you
said
guys
I
said what it
myself.
was.
I myself have not had a penis attached to my body. Did you? Was that a yowl?
I'm playing a game and there's a cat.
I just heard "Rah!" from the other side of the room. I apologize.
It's no interest in your penis. It's
The cat has no interest in my penis, I've been assured. Never have I ever had a reptile or amphibian as a pet. I've only ever had fuzzy pets. I guess fish. I've had a fish. Wait, a fish is an amphibian.
Fish is a fish.
A fish is a fish. Cool, then I'm still good.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that one too. And a
Okay,
reptile.
wait, I got 12 Androsplex on that one. So what did you guys have?
I had a frog.
Iguana.
Iguana? What was the iguana's name?
Oh god, I don't remember. It was so long ago. I was 8.
You were 8. What was the frog's name?
I don't know.
Guys, come on. You're killing me. Come up with a cool name for something. Switch.
His name was
Ah.
Axel.
Thank you.
No.
Never have I
Oh
ever
Lord.
been.
Hang on, friends. Hang
Oh.
on. Sorry,
hang
friends.
on.
This is what happens when you're on call all the time.
That's okay. I marked the timing. Anyway, so I'm gonna be mean. Do an easy one.
You're gonna
Get
be
a finger
mean?
down. It'll be like, never have I ever been married.
Oh, you absolute motherfucker.
Oh, 12 has been
Ah.
married as well. I did not know this.
Wait, what? Hang on.
That's for-
Vivid, no. Vivid Bobby, back up. What?
No.
No, what? That's as far as we go. It's just no. We're not going to explain that at all.
Totally fucking with you.
You're just
Okay.
messing?
I was like,
Okay.
I just knew
I was
she'd be
like,
like,
you-
what?
See, that's something you've never done, 12. There you go.
I have somebody pressing, and I'm like, no.
that was a good one. There you go. There's one.
Yep.
There's one. You
Yep.
got him too, though. So,
Never have I ever given
have you ever given what?
Blowjob.
Roadhead.
Oh, Roadhead? No, not mine.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh, never mind. You didn't get me.
You
I
get in
know that was the point.
Oh,
That one was moose specific.
Yeah, that's pretty goddamn moose specific. Thank you very much.
I've just been the driver when those things come up.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to say, I gave this is we're gonna move Penny on the tracks this just for a minute. The other morning I
57
went to
seconds.
so every morning before I leave, I go and I give Titmouse a kiss goodbye, and then I give Dress Blacks a kiss goodbye. And he has this little spot on his right hip that's not fuzzy, because a lot of them is fuzzy, but this one little spot is not fuzzy, and it's just this cute little area where like his hip and his thigh meet. I just like that spot. And I went to rub it, and my what is this? My forearm like rubbed across, and I was like, oh, he's hard. Hi. Didn't expect that this morning. And I think it's the first situation I've ever been in where it was like, how fast can I blow him? Kind of situation, or like where like he didn't have to like hold back, like there was nothing like there was no what's the word for it? Normally he has to put his dick in somebody, right? Like it's got to go
No
somewhere else.
foreplay?
No, there's
No need for
foreplay.
restraint.
There we go.
Ah,
Thank you. That's the words that I was failing miserably at. And I felt like I did a pretty darn good job.
There you go.
And that was neat. I had never really there had never been a situation because I used to ask my ex-husband, like, if you didn't hold back, how fast do you think this could go? And he never would entertain the question at all, right? Like had no interest in it. And I was like, no, I'm asking you to literally do nothing. I'm literally just asking you to not hold back. How long do you think it would take? And it
There has to just be a
never got an
technique.
answer.
Quickest has been 1.5, 2 minutes for a blowjob.
I wasn't counting.
Just a few minutes.
It was a few minutes. I don't know.
I was half awake.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I moved Penny on the tracks that this should be Switch? No, Switch went. Married, blowjob,
It was
dress
not.
blacks.
Yeah, it was Roadhead for him, and then now it's Dress
Yeah.
Black.
Song stuck in my head.
Dress blacks, I think, is struggling to come up with something he's never done. Once again.
I have never have I ever participated in like an online video game contest. No, like
That's
competition
mean. That's mean.
or
What are we defining as a
whatnot.
competition?
I don't.
Did you just
Tournament.
throw a never have you ever done online gaming?
No, I've done a little bit of online gaming. I just never done it in a
Competitive.
a formal competitive way.
I don't think I have either.
I did. There's actually a Halo 3 tournament. I normally carry people, but the person that I was with carried me all the way to that first place. I was just there. Yeah, tournament.
I did take place in a Just Dance tournament when I was in grad school.
Did specify online.
You did
Oh.
specify online. This was just like with the hall groups.
No,
I made it to the was it semifinals, quarterfinals, like quarterfinals. I did okay. Like
I have participated in game in person like game tournaments, nothing like official sponsored by anything, but not online.
Interesting.
yeah, one of us.
Please.
I'm gonna turn my
Starcraft.
microphone real quick. I'm sorry, Switch. I think we're having trouble picking up Dress Blacks looking at the
Only a
thing.
little, but I'm understanding what he's saying. Oh.
Gotcha. Never have I ever. I don't know if any of you have done this, but never have I ever fucked somebody in a furry costume. Have I had any sexual involvement with a costume like that? 12, really?
More than one occasion.
I didn't catch any of that 12. I'm sorry.
Black lady being one of them, actually.
So were you in the
She had a thing
costume?
for furries. No, well, on a couple of occasions, yes, they're hot.
They're
They
very hot.
are like I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, like the 1 year the Big Bad Wolf and Granny Clothing Mask. That thing, like 10 minutes, I was like, okay, that's like if that could not breathe.
It's a lot.
Right? Like I don't know how anyone. Well, it is. I don't know how anyone does it.
So
The other night I saw Moo in the costume like that for the first time. It wasn't a furry costume, but in costume for the first time, it did nothing for me.
Thank God. Because the thought of having to put that on and do any type of physical activity is
Beyond simply like skipping down the hallway and waving.
So one time for like Little Sibs weekend, they rented like the biggest inflatable slide you've ever seen in your entire life. It looked like the Titanic sinking. And so you had to crawl up a fuck ton of these stairs to go down the slide. And somebody was like, oh, this go down the slide. I should not have said that. We're gonna have to edit out the animal that I just said. I apologize. And so I crawled my happy ass up there and I about died by the time that I got to the top. So it wasn't slide down so much as it was just try not to die as I careened towards the earth because it took like it was probably 30 feet tall. Like it was a big inflatable slide. It was a lot.
So
look like
So I'm trying to get to this. I'm sorry to cut you off, Dressbox, but I need a little bit more specification with this this never have I ever, because it depends on the level of furry we're talking about. If we're talking only fursuit level with our mersuit level, no. If we're going Neku where they can have cat ears, tail, and like furry
No,
legs and
fursuit.
feet, no, you don't get me. You know, it depends on how liberal you wanted to be with that answer.
No, because I've worn cat ears or fox ears or cow horns or whatever. You know what I mean?
But I'm talking like the hands, the feet, the everything besides the torso, essentially.
Did you feel like a furry when you were done?
I always kind of feel that's just personal preference, you know.
I'm gonna say no. I'm
okay.
talking fursuit.
It
Okay.
needs to have a head.
It's got to have a head.
Okay. Okay. Then no then. Okay.
Or
I was so
Balls
focused
out.
on
what
that.
they call it when it's just the head and gloves.
The Neku depends on the animal as well.
Well, no,
What
I
are you
just
at,
mean the
2?
fursuit are called a mini partial.
thinking here.
What?
I was
How many are
so
you at?
3. Yeah. Um. oh, Trying to think of something maybe convention because you got me in the first you thought.
Do, 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 do,
Oh,
do, do. I feel like I'm finding out we are simultaneously more interesting and less interesting than I had hoped.
in some ways, yes. Um.
Like, I'm not surprised 12 is the first one out by any stretch of the imagination. I'm surprised you lasted as long as you did, quite frankly.
Sorry, I'm
Oof.
calculating a number. Nope, it's not going to work no matter what I do. Uh.
I don't think mathematics gets involved here. I feel at this point, rather
Okay.
than waiting and taking turns, we should just be trying to get each
She's
other
got
out.
you.
What's that, 12?
You get her on cooking.
Okay.
You get
Okay.
me on what?
I'll out you real hard if you want. On an easy one. I never have ever worn gold nail polish. There you go. See? That's an easy one. I've worn nail polish, but not gold.
Dude, but I'm all about these nails, though. Can we talk
They
about these?
they
Can we see how sharp these are? They're
those are
fantastic.
nice. Those are nice.
I'm
Say.
And they
jazzed.
look good with the outfit and everything.
My fingers do the weird drifty sideways thing, though. I think that might be arthritis setting in. But um, I actually, funny story. Part of the reason why I asked her to taper my nails when she did them is so they would go in people. So they would go in people easier.
Safely.
Um, that was the thought behind that.
See, I
So
got Italian going on here with the
just black. You're up.
Oh, I'm up again.
Yep. Never have I ever.
Never have I. Oh, that's not true.
What were you gonna go with?
And it's really obvious of them. I was just saying, never have I ever electrocuted somebody on purpose.
Oh, that would be me. That would get me.
Yeah, but you've very clearly done that. That's actually, I think I might be the only one that has not done that.
Um,
Fuck, that should be my next one.
Look, I grew up in a farm. You know, you just some people had it coming on occasion. You got cattle prods and
No, they did it sexually. There was some sexual electrocution going on, which was a little terrifying to be perfectly honest, but
never have I ever Xeroxed my ass.
Oh.
I don't think I have. I have Xeroxed my hand. I have fully smacked my hand in the
Well, I
copier.
think everybody has.
Mhm.
If you've touched a copier, particularly as a kid, you copy your hand.
But the only time I've had access to a copier is like my current workplace, and it's not really the type of place where you just take your pants off and put your ass on the copier, you know?
Not safe.
That's
It's
a
not
Title IX
rated
violation.
for our weight limits.
There's that too. Good try.
Uh,
Bad hands, 5.
let's see. That's
Yeah,
gotta get me
no,
down to at least
maybe
2.
Switch it. You know?
No.
Switch is just over here like just rubbing his ass on every copier he comes across. It's like a whole serial thing. He's turned it into a coffee table book at this point. It's just his ass on different copiers.
I have with that idea, I do have a different thing that I do at certain with certain
That was
locations.
You just said that's not nice. Apparently Siri doesn't like the idea of you having a coffee table book of your ass. Oh fuck. I had one too and she threw me off. Fuck. Oh damn it to hell. I don't know if I can say this or not.
As long as it's not a felony, go for it.
No, but I don't know if it counts. Never have I ever had a one night stand.
Oh, damn it. Normally two dates. Did have one.
I'm pretty sure.
Sure?
I mean, well, yeah, because I ended up with him.
Yeah, then no, it's not a one night stand. You continued.
It
You have to at least see
continued.
the person at least twice. Or maybe do something with them twice.
Bam, bitches.
Yeah, 12's been out for a
Aw.
while.
Switch,
It's
it's
okay.
you again.
Yeah, I know.
Unless 12 thinks he can get one of us out. Unless he can
Oh,
think of
12.
something that he hasn't done.
12 is out.
Oh, I know he's out, but I would at this point.
Oh no. That defeats the purpose. You have to own each
At
other
this
now.
point, I just want
This
to
is like
hear
high
what
school.
he
You have to own
hasn't
each
done.
other.
Oh, that's another mean one. Cheaty one.
Go for it.
Never have I ever owned an iPhone. Yeah, see? See? Cheaty.
Just next one out on iPhone. How many you got? You still 2?
2.
Oh man.
I know a lot of
Never
things that you could say that would just gone, but I'm not gonna tell you.
never have I ever grown a beard.
Oh, that one's pretty. All right.
You got me an iPhone.
Yeah, I did.
Dun,
There's much more spicier ones that you could say.
I mean, there are spicier ones, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of spicy ones. Go for
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna end it here. Never have I ever been the subject of a photo shoot.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, I have to specify spicy photo shoot.
Spicy photo shoot,
Because
yes.
there's
Well, I mean,
always
I'm
there's
sure
high school photos,
senior
that's
photos and
yeah.
everything. Congratulations, Switch. You are the first inaugural Thanksgiving Never Have I Ever champion.
Ooh,
Uh,
is that a good thing or a bad thing? 'Cause
I don't know.
Get yourself an
How do you
extra
feel about
slice of
stuffing a
pumpkin pie
turkey?
on Thursday.
For some kind of pie.
oh, definitely.
Some bunny pie.
Definitely some pumpkin pie, and yes, there'll be some bunny pie after the end of the sentence ends. But I think we're here for a geeky wiki at this point.
We are here for the Geeky Wiki, and I am going to power through it because that's how it should be done. So we are going to go ahead and start with Sunday, November 27th. I don't remember what the sneaky peeky of the Geeky Wiki was because I'll be honest, sometimes when he does the Geeky Wiki, I tune out a little bit.
You turned in
I spend
Mococo?
that time. I turn into a Coco. I just, huh? To be perfectly honest, I'm usually either texting something dirty to 12 or I'm texting Dress Blacks and going, hey, we're in the middle of Geeky Wiki. It's this day. If you want to get naughty, come on up here. Um, so I don't remember what the sneaky peeky of the Geeky Wiki is. I'm going to just power through a couple of these. So Sunday, November 27th is the first Sunday of Advent. Monday, November 28th, that is Cyber Monday. Hooray, get your deals in, get your shopping. Don't go out on Black Friday. Just don't go
Yeah.
out at all. Just, I mean, actually, by the time you're listening to this, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, it's already
shouldn't
passed.
have gone
You
out.
shouldn't have gone out, and shame on you if you did. Monday the 28th is also National French Toast Day, which I am here for. It is my favorite. Tuesday, November 29th, is International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. It is also Giving Tuesday. So if you have a cause that is near and dear to your heart, please consider donating. If you can't donate, spread the word. Get the information out there. That is a great thing to do on Giving Tuesday. Wednesday, November 30th, International Computer Security Day. My version of computer security is Just Blacks fix it, and then he fixes it for me. Or switch, Merlin, somebody parsec in and fix this. 12.
Fanatical has a really good deal on cybersecurity certification right now, actually. You can get your certificates and that real cheap.
Who knew?
Fanatical.com.
Wednesday the 30th is also National Mason Jar Day, National Personal Space Day, so please respect other people's, and Day of Remembrance for all victims of chemical warfare. We are now into December, Thursday, December 1st. It is National Christmas Lights Day, guys, which is super duper exciting. That's probably got to be one of my favorite holidays that I've ever read on here before. It is on a less fun note, but equally important, probably more important. It is World AIDS Day. Friday, December 2nd, National Bartender Day, National Mutt Day, International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. I'm going to go ahead and say that the International Day for the Abolition of Slavery, good deal more important than the mutts and the bartenders. Sorry. Saturday, November 3rd, is the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, Candle Day, and World Pear Day. So again, if this was Merlin, he would be telling us absolutely everything. It would be 400 people's name days, whatever. It's okay.
Throwing that salt.
And
shade.
next week, starting with, I'll throw all the things, starting with Sunday, December 4th, your sneaky peeky at next week's Geeky Weeky. Monday the 5th is the day of the ninja. So go be sneaky.
Sure you
But I'm
saw it?
bumping. Do you see how fast I just fucking rocked that out? I have a couple things that I want to talk about on the naughty section this week. And actually, one of them I'm going to make Dress Blacks talk about because Dress Blacks went to a conference, right?
No, it was a presentation.
Sneak on up here. I found this really interesting, and I just really wanted him to kind of share some of what he learned at the presentation with you guys. So.
I worked a pharmacological presentation. I do that a couple of times a month, usually. And this one was a bit more interesting than the others because this one was about birth control. And they were presenting to a group of mostly family planning doctors, you know, the head of the local Planned Parenthood and stuff, about a new form of birth control. And what was interesting is what the doctor was saying is basically all the birth control that we all know and love is just variations on a theme. You know, it is different mixes, different ways to
basically progesterone. It's and then the estrogen, progesterone in different combinations in for most of them.
And this is the first fully new formula in like 50 years, and it uses was it esterol, which is
estradiol or something.
Esterol.
Esterol.
Yeah. It's a form of estrogen, and it's found in fetal livers. It is not derived from fetal livers, but the same estrogen can be found in fetal livers, and that's how it's used to trick the body into thinking it's pregnant. So it thinks it has a fetal liver in it.
Clever.
Huh.
So you didn't explain that to me before. That's actually really interesting.
And it's also supposed to be one of the safest forms of birth control for people with hypertension. You know, it has less hormonal effect on your blood pressure and all that sort of stuff. And it's just something to I can't remember what it's called right at the moment because this is almost 2 weeks ago now, speaking as we are. And I got to talk to the doctor who was making the presentation of it, and he's been in reproductive healthcare longer than I've been alive. I mean, he was on one of the teams that was doing some of the earliest in vitro fertilizations, talking about being a med student, and some of the earliest study work he did was helping take care of 300 female monkeys and their 6 very happy male counterparts for the lab, things like that. He was an interesting guy. He also told me his personal theory about dieting. He calls it the masturbation diet. And basically, he says, if you don't need to eat and you're hungry, masturbate instead. And this guy has so many freaking letters behind his name. It's ridiculous.
MD, CCD, NCMP, IFFACOG. Like literally, this guy's name is like it's the whole friggin' business card.
Yeah, I mean he traveled like 500 miles to do this presentation.
What I found really interesting when he told me that actually is when I lost all the weight the first time, that's kind of essentially what I was doing. Like I wasn't masturbating, but like I would go read smut, basically, is what I would do. And then I would feel like I'd be horny and not hungry. And it just kind of like fooled my brain. Like I wasn't starving myself, but it was one of those situations where it's like, you've had breakfast, you've had lunch, you don't need a snack. Just wait till dinner, you'll be fine. And I was doing that. And so it was kind of neat to hear like an actual medical doctor be like, hey, guess what?
Yeah. Well, he said studies have shown that if you were to draw a Venn diagram of human satisfaction, that food and sex cross over the largest. I mean, it's a huge crossover between the two. And this is a guy who knows more about women than very much most women. He was joking about that. He goes, look, I don't know much about, I've spent my entire life studying women. I don't know much about men. What little I know about men is being one myself and what I've learned from women about men. And he goes, this new birth control drug is one of the coolest new things that I've seen in a while. And yeah, he was just an interesting guy. Oh, and
That's
I told him
awesome.
about the podcast.
Hey, maybe we can get some more people with him.
Well, I guess he asked like if it's anything he would know. And when Dress Blacks was like, no, probably not, because my grad school came up. And when he mentioned that, the guy was like, oh, which program is she going through? Because like he knows all of the professors in all of the programs. And they're like, well, no, there's not a program. She had to invent one. Like, he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think I knew of any program at that university, but like he knows everything and
He was like,
everybody.
yeah, go her. Do your own thing.
So it was just really neat. Like I just had never. That's the first thing that I've heard about. I mean, as someone who for a while there had issues with hypertension and then also was taking birth control, like that's kind of a cool thing to hear. So that was kind of like the nerdy, naughty part. Thank you very much for sharing. I was just so excited about that. I thought that was such a neat thing, and I just love that there's somebody saying the masturbation diet.
Can we
Really
get a
just
shout
made
out
my
of
day.
the professor's name?
His name is Dr. Simon, actually, and Dr. Simon, he is a specialist with into medicine. So, but it was just neat. It was just like the kind of presentation that like there's no reason other than working that presentation that he would have ever been in that room. And so it was just kind of like a neat thing to even get to hear secondhand. So my naughty or naughty thing that I wanted to bring up, just because this is something I was going to bring it up last week and I forgot, and thank you to 12 for reminding me. This kind of came up, it's come up a couple times actually in the last week. We had kind of gotten to a point where during sex I had learned to be quieter. And just close quarters sharing, I mean, we're sharing space, we're right on the other side of walls from people, like it's the kind of thing you do as a courtesy, right? But we have had a couple instances lately where that has not been the case. I'm trying not to look at you because I can see the beginnings of a smirk forming, and it's it's messing me up. Um, so, um, thing that I did not realize was the thing. I was apparently getting loud the other night, and Black's solution was to just clamp his hand over my mouth, and it sent me through the roof. Um, because I didn't realize that was the thing that I had. Um, and so I'm wondering, um, gentlemen, what your opinion is on noise during sex. What your opinion is on should your partner be loud? Would you prefer they not be loud? What, I just in general, I guess that's what I want to talk about is like the whole notion of do we get loud? Do we not get loud?
You gotta go
I think
first, 12?
the situation allows for it.
If the situation allows for it.
Yeah.
But are you like you want your partner like screaming from the ceiling, or
No, that
you
just sounds annoying. No, I mean, appropriate for the situation, enjoying yourself, not faking it, not going overboard, but again, appropriate for the situation. The situation allows it. You're in a private place, you've got a big enough house, you're in a cabin for the weekend, something like that. Not when the kids are trying to do their homework
right? Yeah.
in the room next door.
True. Go 12.
I mean, I prefer loud personally. It's just me, but I totally understand, at least from the opposite side, the enjoyment of the being made to be quiet. It has been related to me over the years that there's the oh, how did you say it one time? It was akin to the one time where you said you need to be used, right? Like objectified,
Hmm.
almost to be
Yeah.
desired to that point where you're used that way. Um, it's been expressed to me that there's an element of that and being
Yeah.
controlled that comes with the being made to be quiet.
I think that's part of it. It's kind of this notion of, look, I did this to you. Bless America. Guys, I'm having some real earbud issues here. Sorry. I think there's something to be said for this notion of I will make you be as loud as I want you to be, and I will shut you up when I feel like it. Um, which is not something that I would allow just anybody to do, but I think there's something when you trust another person, it's just another element of control. And it's, I like, look, I know it, I think part of it is competency kink too. So it's, I know what to do to make you that loud. You will be that loud until I tell you not to be, and then you'll be quiet.
Well, and it's interesting you mentioned that because I found that when you, oh, how to put this? There, go ahead, switch while I figure out how to word that.
Okay. So yeah, I know I've been with loud, I've been with quiet, and quiet just as a straight up turn off, like for me. Um, I've like she was a literal, not to be mean, starfish in the sense of she didn't make
Hmm.
any noise. Um, but yeah, no, I like it's the for me it's knowing that I'm actually doing something and they're enjoying it.
I agree.
It's a mental like, oh hey, they are enjoying what's going on. When you don't make noise, I'm like, is something wrong? No.
I agree. And I think there's a double standard between men and women. I think men are allowed to be quieter overall, whereas women are expected to make some level of noise. And porn may have something to do with that, yes. But like for me, I'm the same way. Like if I can't hear any verbal cues, because like a lot of times my face is not like, I'm sorry, but like if my face is in your lap, I can't see what your face is doing. Or if I'm face down, I can't see what you're doing. And so I don't know if you're enjoying it. Like, yeah, great, you're still hard. I get that. Like, but some people that I've been with, a strong breeze would make them hard. So it's not like that's an accomplishment.
So
Um,
so also
so
to the fact, hold on. Sorry, I got a little bit on that before you change it for me. Um,
Sorry.
it also, I was trained to make noise because I used not to, and you know exactly
Mhm.
who you are who did it to me. Um, like they would literally be like, you must make noise for me to do something. And I'm like,
Mhm.
it was hard because I'm so used to being silent with
Mhm.
other partners. Oh, that was some training, and now depending on the person and how Bunny feels, if she wants to hear anything, I'll make her audible. But you know who trained me, and you know who you are.
Well,
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned training because, and you might have something to say on this, Moo, is it has been my experience that I suppose you could say that the ones that identify typically as cis women, one of the common things I've heard over the years is that it drives them nuts how many men have no idea that women like noises. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
please, for the love of God, give them audio feedback so that they knew they're doing a good job. And this is just a mystery to a lot of people, and I'm a little surprised that it isn't more communicated. I think.
Yeah, honest to goodness, if depending most days, um, if I have porn on, it's somebody I'm gonna out myself on this one. This is something my ex-husband made so much fun of me for. Um, I found this porn video and it was weird. Like it was not my normal something that I would enjoy. And it was a guy, I don't want to say fucking a boot because he didn't like have his dick in the boot, but like he had his hand in the boot and he was using the boot to put, it was a woman's boot to put pressure, like, and I think his dick was on like a footstool or something, but he was vocal.
With masturbating with food.
I couldn't tell you what this guy looked like. I couldn't tell you what his dick looked like. I remember that the boot was black, but I didn't actually watch the video. I just listened to the audio because it's not like he was like, "Oh yeah, fuck me, boot." Like he was just like he wasn't like talking about the leather or anything. He just was making noises of enjoyment. Um, and my ex saw that one on my phone the one day and was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't actually watch it. I like the noises that he makes." And he could not conceive of how that, but I guess maybe just some people are more visual and some people aren't. And I think part of that comes from as a woman, sometimes, like I said before, you don't always have the luxury of actually being able to see what's going on because very often your face is not where it needs to be. And also, if I take these off, I can't see anything. So like if I don't have glasses on, I'm fucked. I won't be able to. I can't read facial expressions. I can vaguely guess at body language.
Hmm.
But Dress Blacks is the first man I've been with who's really
Make some nice noises.
vocal. He does. He makes very nice noises and he uses words, which is very nice sometimes too. And he does everything in the same tone of voice that he does like in normal day-to-day life, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. And it's gonna piss 12 off that I say this because I don't like it when 12 does it. Um, it's borderline patronizing. Um, Though I guess I do like it when 12 does it sometimes. Like the patronizing tone is just kind of like it has to be saved for like it's the good girl tone. Good girl borderlines on patronizing. Um it's just that simple. Um but he's the first person I've ever been with that is could do that. But I had the same kind of experience with 12 in the beginning because 12 and I only had audio. And so it was the simplest things and the simplest shifts in tone or shifts in breathing that he would notice in me that I started being able to notice in other people that I wouldn't have otherwise. But Dress Blacks again could do the same thing. And it was bizarre to me how and again, maybe this is just part of the issue and obviously why I ended up divorced in the first place, but like somebody that couldn't read any of that in person for a decade, and then here comes these two, and both of them can tell over the phone exactly where I'm at this point in whatever, masturbation cycle happens to be going on. Like verbal cues or changes in breath that I hadn't even learned to recognize in myself, that the two of them were like, oh, I can tell you're getting close. And I'm like, how? Because I didn't know. But they were right.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if anybody else has anything to say. I feel like I very much monopolized today in general.
No, you're good.
You've simply led.
Moo. Moo, this is your show. We're here because you and Merlin decided to create it, but it's your show.
I have to have eye candy,
No, I
guys. I need you to be here and look good for me. So
Working on the beat. We haven't shaved
it
this.
was good. This month. Oh, right. I was thinking it was beginning of December. I was like, this month, it's barely even. No, actually, it's almost the end of November, guys. I don't know when that happened. I don't think Dress Wax is shaved this month
Speaking
either.
of November, what the fuck is it with this No Nut November bullshit?
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Who decided No Nut November was a good idea? I'm pretty sure I literally came like hours into November.
Definitely. Because, I don't know.
And I
Some
also just recently learned
people.
about Locktober.
About what?
Locktober.
Locktober?
Yeah.
What's
Like
this?
chastity?
Yeah.
No.
So how do you go Locktober into No Nut November and not murder somebody?
I don't know.
It would be death to all December.
I guess. I don't know.
I love that band.
Death to all December. Look, I don't think it's a secret that I like sex. And the thought of like we've literally had a discussion about like I have curiosities about getting like a hood piercing, right? But the problem with the hood piercing is it takes 6 weeks to heal.
Oh,
I'm gonna not touch for 6 weeks? I don't think so. Like, you want to watch me have a complete fuck mental breakdown? That's it right there. That's don't come for 6 weeks. There you go.
no, we don't want that because I know one of us would be murdered by.
Like, I don't. I guess I'm impressed by the people that can do that. Have either of you, since we brought this up, I feel like 12, you've done everything. Have you ended up having to do some kind of like chastity challenge?
Chastity challenge.
Sorry, repeat that. Oh,
Have you had to go through like a chastity challenge? I mean, you masturbate like multiple times a day, so I can't imagine you either just not touching yourself.
God, no. I'm one of those people, if I don't get laid like once a week, I'm unhappy. The chastity challenge is one of those things where, so once for charity, cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and then another one of those, like, how would you, a bachelor auction, I suppose
Mm-hmm.
you could call it, and the purpose was to save prior to the auction so that you were full later.
Okay. Yes, I have, by the way. It's difficult. um,
Yeah.
because you're so used to maybe masturbating or having sex with somebody, at least weekly, multiple times a week, masturbating probably daily, if not a couple times a day.
Well, and we used to
But
do that like a couple days before I would come to visit in the beginning before I moved in, and that was like a nightmare.
Her 3-day challenges were difficult.
I do remember at least a 1 month choosing, and they were allowed to do things in front of me, but I was not allowed to do it. It was really nice at the end, but the torture throughout the entire thing, getting pictures and naughty texts and everything else, it was an adventure, but it paid off really well. But I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do the thought of doing a 3-day challenge now, like in the same house.
Oh,
I don't think I could do it. Like, I genuinely don't think I could do it. And it's different here too because there's another person in the mix, right? Like, it's hard for me sometimes. Like, we have to take turns. He only has one dig. And it's hard for me just waiting until it's my turn some nights, most nights. And so that's something like clearly I need to work on, but like I just don't see the fun in it that other people do, where they're like, it's a chastity challenge. I did it. And I'm like, I would rather just not do it. Like, I don't need to be a good girl on this one.
A lot of
Because
athletes do it.
athletes do it.
Chastity challenges. Athletes do it. It increases testosterone. Plus, it usually makes them more competitive because
I guess.
they're not happy either.
Yeah, I can
All
see
right.
that, and that's maybe why they have such a time after their actual thing that they do with all the sex in their rooms that they have. Give
All
off all
right.
those
Well,
condoms.
I think that is an excellent place to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to be the Merlin and the Moo tonight. We'll see if I can do this. I would like to remind you all, well, we'll go. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you for listening to the Nerdgasm podcast, the podcast where we can talk about, and we do talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. You can find us in a handful of different places, but the best place to find us is going to be on our link tree. And that's at linktr.ee/nerdgasm, spelled N3RDGA5M. By the time you're listening to this, Thanksgiving will have passed. I hope that if you celebrate, you had an excellent one. I hope you had a good time with your friends, with your family, with whomever. And I hope that you remembered to be excellent to each other. Enjoy yourselves and love yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Give yourselves grace. Don't forget about the leftover pie in the fridge and enjoy that too.
Especially if you're actually doing No Nut November. Enjoy the pie. Because that's all you're getting.
Good job.
Effort
Well,
to do better is still progress.
And you know what? If you're not doing No Nut November, oh no, we lost him. That's okay. Then just fuck the pie. Stay naughty.
just fuck the pie.
Yep.
Until next time, friends and listeners, we will talk at you later. Bye for now, friends.
Bye.